What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, January 22nd, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Will Smith says wife Jada Pinkett Smith has convinced him to join her Oscar boycott. The 47-year-old actor told Robin Roberts as much during an appearance Thursday on Good Morning America. Jada Pinkett Smith announced this week she won't attend the 2016 Academy Awards due to a lack of diversity in nominations. Smith said of himself and the 44-year-old actress, "We're part of this community, but at this current time we're uncomfortable to stand there and say that this is okay. I heard her words and I was knocked over. I'm happy to be married to that woman." He explained of the protest, "There is a position that we hold in this community, and if we're not part of the solution, we're part of the problem." Smith, who was previously nominated for Ali in the Pursuit of Happiness, was expected to be nominated for his portrayal of Dr. Bennett Omalu in Concussion. All 20 nominees in the major acting categories, however, ended up being white. The actor said, "Everyone is beautiful and deserving, and it's fantastic, but it feels like it's going the wrong direction. There's a regressive slide towards separatism, towards racial and religious disharmony, and that's not the Hollywood that I want to leave behind." Smith's shows of support came one day after director Spike Lee distanced himself from the protest. The 58-year-old filmmaker announced he won't attend the Oscars the same day as Jada Pinkett Smith, but objected to the use of boycott Wednesday on Good Morning America. He clarified, "Here's the thing, I have never used the word boycott. All I said was, my beautiful wife Tanya, we're not coming. That's it. Then I gave the reasons, so I never used the word boycott. Lee and his wife will attend the New York Knicks game instead." Academy Award winner Lupita Nyongo says she is disappointed at the lack of diversity among this year's Oscar nominations and supports fellow actors in urging change. The Star Wars Force Awakens star wrote Wednesday on Instagram, "I am disappointed by the lack of inclusion in this year's Academy Award nominations. It has me thinking about the unconscious prejudice and what merits prestige in our culture." She continued by saying the awards should not dictate the terms of art in our modern society, but rather be a diverse reflection of the best of what our art has to offer today. I stand with my peers who are calling for a change and expanding the stories that are told and recognition of the people who tell them. And in the related story, Stacey Dash doesn't support the Oscar boycott. The 49-year-old actress weighed in on the controversy during an appearance on Wednesday on Fox and Friends. Actresses Jada Pinkett Smith and Lupita Nyongo are among the stars who will boycott this year's Academy Awards over a lack of diversity in nominations. Dash said of the outrage, "I think it's ludicrous. We have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration. If we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the NAACP Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black." She also added, "If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard. I don't think there should be BET, just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. We're Americans, period. That's it. There's no White History Month." BET responded to Dash's remark by reminding the actress she played Camille Rose on the network series The Game. She first portrayed the character in Season 3 and reprised the role in Season 4 after the show had moved from the CW to BET. The network captioned a screenshot of Dash with co-stars Barry Ellis and Pooch Hall. "So, at Real Stacey Dash, can we get our check back or nah? Hashtag remember, hashtag you were on the game, hashtag and we don't mean the rapper." Dash is best known for playing Dionne Davenport in Clueless in its TV series adaptation. She has since appeared on UPN series The Strip and VH1 drama Single Ladies and joined Fox News as a contributor in 2014. The release date for the next chapter in the Star Wars saga has been pushed back several months. Disney and Lucasfilm announced Wednesday. The original release date for Star Wars Episode 8 was to be May 26, 2017, but will now be December 15, 2017. And it's likely Star Wars movies going forward will continue to be released in December because of good business. The studio said in a press release, "In the popular holiday movie-going courtier, it smashed numerous records, including biggest domestic and global debuts of all time, as well as the biggest domestic second and third weekends, en route to becoming the highest-grossing domestic release of all time. Filming was supposed to begin this month in England for the story of Rey, Finn, Poe Dameron, and Kylo Ren, but will instead begin next month, Lucasfilm says. All 6 previous Star Wars movies have been released in May until The Force Awakens. Script delays pushed the most recent film back to a holiday release, and the film has seen a bigger box office return than any of the previous films. The launch of the parallel Star Wars anthology series arrived December 16th of this year with Rogue One. The Force Awakens is currently third on the worldwide box office charts with $1.9 billion in sales, behind Titanic with $2.2 billion and Avatar with $2.8 billion. Disney announced the next Pirates of the Caribbean sequel, Dead Men Tell No Tales, will move into the May 2017 release slot. Director James Cameron said last year his Avatar sequel could open Christmas December 17th, possibly putting the 2 blockbuster sequels almost head-to-head for holiday box office bucks next year. Avengers teammates Hulk and Thor are going on a road trip across the universe, according to Mark Ruffalo. Speaking with Empire magazine Wednesday, the actor discussed what fans can expect in the upcoming superhero team-up film Thor Ragnarok, which brings together Chris Hemsworth's God of Thunder and Ruffalo's Bruce Banner. Ruffalo said, "There's a little bit of Midnight Run with Charles Grodin and Robert De Niro. It feels like that kind of where we're heading with this relationship between Thor and Banner." He continued before adding, "It is a universal road movie. That's where we're heading. It's not where you think it will be, so it's not your classic road movie, but it has that structure, I think." The Spotlight star also shared the great chemistry he shares with Hemsworth and how their close relationship on and off the set played a role in Marvel wanting to bring the 2 characters back together. Ruffalo said, "I love Chris Hemsworth, and it's not an accident that we've been put together because we have a good time together and we goof off. The fact that we're moving towards a smart comedic bent plays in our relationship." Thor Ragnarok is due out in theaters October 27, 2017. In December, Ruffalo spoke about his desire for Hulk to receive his own standalone film, despite Disney and Universal, who still own certain rights to the character, not getting along. Despite a fan petition and a cryptic response from actor Chris Pine, Linda Carter, known for playing Wonder Woman on television, will not be appearing in the new film. Speaking with the Washington Post Wednesday, Carter's publicist Pete Sanders put an end to the rumors, stating that she will not be featured in 2017's Wonder Woman, but said that she is still excited about the revival. He said she wishes it success. Carter famously portrayed Wonder Woman in the late 1970s television series and is considered by many to have owned the role. Gal Gadot is now set to star as the warrior princess in the new film before first making an appearance as the character in March Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Speaking with E! News Saturday to promote his new film The Finest Hour, Gadot's co-star Pine, who stars as Wonder Woman's love interest Steve Trevor, sparked rumors about Carter possibly appearing when he would neither confirm or deny her involvement. He teased after gushing about Gadot and the new project, "If I could tell you that I wouldn't, but I can't." Gal Gadot is beautiful, so talented, strong, and the story is really one I think that needs to be out there, Pine says. He continued by saying, "The simple fact of the matter, it's about a woman who's so strong with such physical ability that she could kick such ass, but really at the end of the day leads with an incredible amount of compassion and love and hope for humanity, and I think we need a lot of that right now." On Tuesday, Warner Brothers released the first footage of Wonder Woman during their Dawn of the Justice League special on the CW. The clip featured Gadot in action fighting off a group of soldiers and exploring a World War I battlefield. Infamous Hedera has joined the cast of Baywatch. Dwayne Johnson announced Wednesday on Instagram the actress will play his love interest in the forthcoming movie. He wrote, "For our coveted role of Steph, she had to be a lot of things. Strong, intelligent, formidable, beautiful, and funny. She is a 5'11" walking smokestack with legs for days. Smart and tougher than new rope, just the way we like him." He also added by saying, "Our dope cast is coming together nicely with a few more big announcements, cool surprises along the way. Let's have some rated R fun. We're the keepers of the Bay. We are #Baywatch, #Sand Squad up in this bitch." Hedera joins Johnson, Neighbors star Zac Efron, and Percy Jackson actress Alexandria Daddario in the reboot. Horrible Bosses director Seth Gordon will helm the film, which will receive a May 19, 2017 release date this week, replacing a new Terminator movie at Paramount. Baywatch, the series, ran from 1989 to 1990 on NBC and from 1991 to 2001 in syndication. Original star Pamela Anderson, who played a Los Angeles County lifeguard alongside David Hasselhoff and Nicole Eggert, said the reboot makes her feel old this month. Hedera is known for the Old Boy remake and Chirac and played Carmen Fables in the HBO miniseries Show Me a Hero. She also appeared on NBC series Chicago Fire, and Presley portrays Deb Cowie on Showtime's drama Billions. Charlie Cox, the actor known for playing the titular hero in Marvel Netflix's Daredevil, is eager to appear as the Man Without Fear in Avengers Infinity War. Speaking with Entertainment Tonight recently, the 33-year-old admitted to not having received a call yet to star in the film, but if and when he does, it will be a dream come true. Cox said, "I have not received that call. Can you imagine? That would be the coolest thing ever." Cox also explained how the decision is entirely up to Marvel's movie studio, which operates independently from Marvel's television branch despite all the shows and films taking place in the same universe. The splitting of the brands even leaves the opportunity open for someone else to don the red leather tights. He explained, "Marvel TV and Marvel Studios are two very different things. Even if the characters was to appear in that film, that doesn't necessarily mean I would appear in the film. I would pick a fight with the guy that they pick." He concluded by saying, "That would be a dream, but that's not something that has been discussed." Tom Cruise will star in Universal's upcoming remake of The Mummy. The 53-year-old actor will star alongside Algerian-French actress Sofia Boutella, who was first linked to the movie in December. Universal confirmed Cruise's involvement when announced the film's release date of June 9, 2017 this week. Prometheus co-writer John Spathis will write the script with Star Trek Into Darkness producer Alex Kurtzman as director. Sean Daniel, who produced the Mummy trilogy starring Brendan Fraser, will co-produce with Kurtzman and Chris Morgan. Boutella will reportedly play the titular monster in the reboot, which is expected to take place in the present day. The movie is intended to kick off a franchise featuring other Universal monsters, including Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Invisible Man. Kurtzman told Slash Film of the film's setting in September, "The minute it's modern day, the rules change. What's really exciting for me is how do you take this ancient creature and make an audience believe that they exist in modern day?" The original Mummy starred Boris Karloff, opened in 1932 and was followed by 9 more films in the following decades. The Stephen Sommers directed Mummy trilogy with Fraser debuted in 1999 and earned $1.4 billion at the box office. Cruise last starred in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and will reprise Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 6, Mission Impossible. He is also slated for sequels Top Gun 2 and Jack Reacher Never Go Back, in addition to Mima with Domino Gleeson. The stars of several of television's most famous comedy series are to participate in the 2-hour special Must-See TV, a tribute to James Burrows. The program honoring the beloved director is set to air February 21st on NBC. Paul Tagelli, the president of alternative and late-night programming for NBC Entertainment, said in a statement, "There is nobody with better TV comedy instincts than Jimmy Burrows, and because of his guiding hand, these remarkable shows will be forever celebrated and stand the test of time. The caliber of talent joining us to celebrate Jimmy's accomplishments is a testament to his imprint in television history." Scheduled to take part are Ted Danson, Shelley Long, Bebe Neuwirth, Rita Perlman, John Ratzenberger, and George Wendt from Cheers, with Kirstie Alley and Woody Harrelson in a pre-taped segment. John Cryer and Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, Friends alum Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer with Matthew Perry in a pre-taped segment. Frasier veterans Pippi Giplin, Jane Leeves, and David Hyde Pierce with Kelsey Grammer in a pre-taped segment. Will and Grace cast members Sean Hayes, Eric McCormick, Deborah Messing, and Megan Maloney. Taxi icons Tony Danza, Danny DeVito, Mary Lou Henner, Judd Hirsch, Carol Kane, and Christopher Lloyd. The Big Bang Theory stars Kaylee Kuko, Johnny Galecki, Simon Helberg, and Jim Parsons. Tony Shalhoub and Steve Weber of Wings fame, and Mike and Molly luminaries Billy Gardell, Melissa McCarthy, Katie Mixon, Mayaba, and Reno Wilson. Actress Jena Malone, known for her roles in The Hunger Games and upcoming flick Batman vs. Superman, is expecting her first child. Malone announced her pregnancy on Instagram along an artistic maternity photo taken by her boyfriend, beautiful-hearted baby daddy Ethan DiLorenzo. She captioned, "Womb to beating wing, I climbed out of the eternal and into the shape of me. Some words I wrote years ago when I was thinking about my own mother, and the woman she was when she had me, and the woman I was reaching to become." She continued by saying, "The shape your desires make out of you, the body you become to hold your dreams. It's with 2 feet firmly on the ground and a heart swelling in an ocean of love that I like to share the new shape I am becoming to hold the greatest dream of them all." At the end of her caption, Malone, who also starred in the film Into the Wild in 2007, credited her boyfriend DiLorenzo for taking the photo on Impossible Project film. She wrote, "Polaroid taking by my beautiful hearted baby daddy at Ugly Hippie." Japanese video game company Sega announced that it would release a collection of some of its classic games in spring 2016. The Sega 3D Classic Collection will feature 9 of the company's classic games for the Nintendo 3DS handheld system. It will go on sale in the United States on April 26. It will contain 4 games never released outside of Japan, including Power Drift, Puyo Puyo 2, Fantasy Zone 2, and Maze Walker, as well as previously released titles Fantasy Zone 2, W, Thunder Blade, Galaxy Force 2, Alter Beast, and the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Each game also received a slight update to make use of the console's 3D capabilities. A post on the company's website said, "These games are not just a copy of their original, but have been redeveloped to create an immersive 3D experience of these classic games. The game will be available for purchase on stores and online at Nintendo's eShop for $29.99. Screen legend Sophia Loren stars in a new Dolce & Gabbana campaign set on the island of Sicily. The Italian fashion house released a stunning video promo featuring the 81-year-old actress Wednesday. The clip sees Loren play mom to 5 strapping sons who help her restore a gorgeous villa. The company wrote, Cecilia Beccaria, a mother and her 5 sons, returned to their ancient family home, a beautiful yet visibly eroded Sicilian villa, which they restored to its former glory. Hashtag DG Dolce Rosa, hashtag Only Sophia, hashtag Sophia Loren, hashtag DG Beauty. Cinema Paradiso director Giuseppe Tinorotti helmed the clip, which promotes the new Dolce & Gabbana fragrance, Rosa Alexa. Loren previously collaborated with the fashion house on her Sophia Loren No. 1 lipstick, which debuted in September. Dolce & Gabbana founders Demetrio Dolce and Stefano Gabbana said at the time, "Thank you for her beauty, thank you for being a world favorite, thank you for being an icon of the big screen and of Italian beauty. She has been a constant source of inspiration for us." Loren, who came to fame in Italy in the 1950s and is known for such films as It Started in Naples, 2 Women, and Marriage Italian Style. The actress cited her mother as a beauty inspiration and discussed the challenges of aging with Wall Street Journal in August. She said of acting roles, "I have to really look because when you reach a certain age, you cannot just do anything. You always like to find a character that suits you as a person and your age. People have to be able to believe in what you are doing." Loren last appeared in son Eduardo Ponti's short film, Human Voice, in 2014 and released her first memoir, Yesterday, Today, Tomorrow, My Life, the same year. Ronda Rousey performed the perfect takeout on Saturday Night Live's regular Beck Bennett during a set of new promos released Wednesday. The new promos featuring Rousey dressed in red alongside Bennett, who made several romantic advances in vain. Bennett asked Rousey as they looked behind them at the New York skyline, "Do you love this view?" She said, "Yeah, isn't it amazing to look around and know for miles and miles you can kick the shit out of anyone down here in like 20 seconds. This week's episode of SNL will feature musical guest Selena Gomez, who is rumored to have rekindled her relationship with Samuel Cross. The opening of a Mamma Mia-themed restaurant in Stockholm has reunited the 4 members of ABBA for the first time in 8 years. ABBA member Bjorn Ulvaeus, who owns the new dining and entertainment venue, was joined by Benny Andersson, Agnetha Falkstock, and Anne-Frid Lyngstad. The Grecian-style restaurant, aptly named Mamma Mia the Party, is based on the location featured in the ABBA-inspired musical of the same name. The last time the iconic band were last seen together was for the opening of the film in 2008. The band's official Facebook page alongside a photo of the reunion said, "Mamma Mia the Party at Troyal, and all 4 members of ABBA gathered again. Amazing night." The restaurant website said, "First came the musical, then the movie, now the party begins. But when you enter the frame, there's no musical, no theater stage. Instead, you step right into a Mamma Mia world with a whole new story and a different experience. You and your friends take over where the music ends, and Mamma Mia the party begins." The price of admission in the restaurant is upward of $160, which offers a Mediterranean buffet and a 4-hour show based on ABBA's hit songs. Despite the reunion, the 4 musicians still reject any suggestions that they would ever perform again. Anderson said to USA Today, "I don't think so." ABBA, made up of 2 married couples, performed and traveled the world together until 1982 after the couple divorced. Their compilation album, ABBA Gold, released in 1992, has sold 29 million copies worldwide. Radiohead is returning to the stage for the first time since 2012. The band confirmed Thursday that they will be headlining 3 upcoming festivals, the Primavera Sound Festival in Spain from June 2nd to June 4th, the Open Air St. Gallen's Festival in Switzerland July 2nd, and the Nos Alive Festival in Portugal July 8th. Radiohead will be joined by other headliners of the Primavera Sound Festival, including PJ Harvey and LCD Sound System, along with other acts such as Tame Impala, Suede, Sigur Rós, The Last Shadow Puppets, Animal Collective, Brian Wilson, Air, and Kamasi Washington. In October, Radiohead registered a new company, Dawn Choirs LLP, leading fans to believe a new album was on the way. A similar company named Tactics was used before Radiohead released their albums In Rainbows in 2007 and The King of Limbs in 2011. That same month, guitarist Johnny Greenwood hinted at the group's next album, tweeting, "Lots have been recorded and we're about to go through it all to see if it's any good. And we hope to tour next year, no plans confirmed yet." Radiohead released new music in December in the form of their discarded theme song to Sony's latest James Bond film, Spectre. The band shared the song online after Sam Smith's Writing on the Walls was chosen instead. Radiohead wrote on their official Facebook page alongside a link to their song on SoundCloud, "Last year we were asked to write a theme song for the Bond movie Spectre. It didn't work out, but became something of our own, which we love very much. As the year closes, we thought you might like to hear it." Singer-songwriter Don McLean, known for the hit 1971 song American Pie, says a painful breakdown of his marriage was the backdrop for his recent domestic violence arrest. McLean published his official statement in 6 tweets to his 5,000 followers Thursday, as well on his website, revealing the arrest was connected with hard emotional times for himself, his wife Patricia, and his children. The musician wrote, "What is occurring is a very painful breakdown of an almost 30-year relationship. Our hearts are broken and we must carry on. There are no winners or losers, but I am not a villain. I may never recover from this, but I will try and hope to continue to entertain you all as I always have. I ask God to give us the strength to find new happiness." Earlier Monday morning, McLean was arrested after brought to Knoxville County Jail after an alleged domestic violence incident. He posted bail and was released several hours later. The Portland Press-Herald reports the singer's wife Patricia successfully filed a temporary restraining order from her husband from Rockland District Court, making it illegal for Don McLean to contact her. Patricia said in her request for a restraining order obtained by the paper, "On January 17th, Don terrorized me for 4 hours until the 911 call that I think might have saved my life." At the end of his statement, singer McLean said he hopes that he will not be judged by this frantic media environment. McLean is scheduled to appear in Knoxville County Court on February 22nd. Rock legend Elton John says he and Lady Gaga are working on new music together resembling that of the songstress's earlier work. Speaking with Beats One host Zane Lowe Tuesday, John revealed he planned on writing with Gaga the following day. He said, "I've heard 2 songs which are killer according to NME. They're just great songs. It's like back to the early stuff of hers, like You and I and the Bruce Springsteen one, as I always called it, Bad Romance." Following her most recent solo album, Art Pop, and collaborative project with Tony Bennett, Cheek to Cheek, the next musical project from Gaga's rumored to feature work from producers Red One and Mark Ronson. Previously, Gaga and John have only worked together on film and television projects, including songs for the animated movie Romeo and Juliet. Earlier this month, the Golden Globe-winning American Horror Story actress said in an interview for V Magazine that she's been writing a lot in the past year. She also added, "I'm using my listening from acting in my music more, which is crucial because it's music. Who knew I could listen even more? It's amazing to even talk about it." American musical legend Woody Guthrie called Donald Trump's father a racist in a song he wrote 65 years ago, a historian has discovered. In 1950, the legendary folk singer rented a Brooklyn public housing apartment from New York City real estate tycoon Fred Trump, the father of the real estate tycoon and current GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. It's inspired a song by Guthrie that has been newly discovered by Guthrie historian Will Kaufman, in which the folk singer essentially called Trump a racist. In a news story for Quartz, Kaufman, author of several books on Guthrie, said the song and others were found while doing research at the Woody Guthrie Archives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Guthrie, the author of This Land Is Your Land, quickly found out the building didn't allow African-American tenants, and his disgust propelled some of Guthrie's most bitter writing, Kaufman says, with one of the unpublished song lyrics calling the elder Trump by name. He wrote, "I suppose old man Trump knows just how much racial hate he stirs up in the blood pot of human hearts when he draws that color line here at his 1800 Family Project. It was neither the first nor the last time Guthrie wrote about racism he saw, but one that he seemed to take more personally than others as his 2-year lease at Beach Haven went on. He wrote, "Beach Haven looks like heaven, where no black ones come to roam. No, 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 old man Trump, old Beach Haven ain't my home." The elder Trump was later sued by the U.S. Justice Department's Civil Rights Division in 1975 and forced to open up his housings to minority tenants. Kaufman wrote, "Woody Guthrie had no time for old man Trump. We can only imagine what he would think of his heir." And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1981, the final portrait of John Lennon and Yoko Ono is on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. After the shocking assassination of John Lennon, thousands of mourners gathered spontaneously outside his and Yoko Ono's Central Park West apartment building, the Dakota. Tens of thousands more gathered 6 days later in New York, Liverpool, and other World Series to honor Yoko's request for a silent 10-minute vigil in John's memory. Radio airwaves were saturated with Beatles songs during the week that followed, as well as John's most recent recordings, one of which, Just Like Starting Over, became a posthumous #1 hit in late December. By late January, the inauguration of Ronald Reagan and the release of the American hostages in Iran had pushed accounts of Lennon's death and the massive public response to it from newspaper headlines. Then on January 22, 1981, Rolling Stone magazine's John Lennon tribute issue hits newsstands, featuring a cover photograph of a naked John Lennon curled up in a fetal embrace of a fully clothed Yoko Ono. The iconic Annie Leibovitz portrait would become the definitive image of perhaps the most photographed married couple in music history. Also on this date in 2008, Hollywood mourns a talented young actor's life cut tragically short after the body of 20-year-old Heath Ledger is found by his masseuse and housekeeper on the floor of his rented apartment in the Soho neighborhood of New York City. Best known for his Academy Award-nominated turn as the closeted gay cowboy Ennis Del Mar in the director Ang Lee's acclaimed Brokeback Mountain in 2005, Ledger was a former child actor from Australia who first became known to American audiences in the 1999 teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You. He later passed up other teen comedies and was rewarded with a big break when he landed the role of Mel Gibson's son in the Revolutionary War drama The Patriot. After appearing in the well-reviewed Monsters Ball in 2001, Ledger starred in two critically and commercial flops, A Knight's Tale in 2001 and The Four Feathers in 2002. He roared back in 2005 with lead roles in no fewer than 4 films, including Casanova, in which he played the title role. It was Brokeback Mountain, however, that truly made Ledger a star and earned him comparisons to acting greats such as Marlon Brando. Ledger lost the Best Actor Oscar to Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote, but Brokeback Mountain cemented his reputation as an A-list actor. Though his personal life might have been in turmoil, Ledger's professional life was flourishing in the months before his death. Near the end of 2007, he was in London filming Terry Gilliam's The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, in addition to a role as one of several Bob Dylan alter egos in Todd Haynes' I'm Not There. He had also recently finished work on The Dark Knight, the latest Batman film in which Ledger played a younger version of the Joker, the villainous role originated by Jack Nicholson. In interviews that would be scrutinized exhaustively after his death, the actor admitted that the Joker role had been difficult for him and that he had been using prescription drugs to manage both recurring bouts of stress and insomnia. Soon after the masseuse and housekeeper discovered Ledger's body, emergency crews arrived on the scene but were unable to revive him. Media speculation about his possible legal drug use intensified over the next 2 weeks until on February 8th, the New York City Medical Examiner's Office released the results of a toxicology test performed on Ledger's body. The report stated that he died from an accidental abuse of prescription medications, including commonly known painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping pills. After a memorial service in New York and Los Angeles, Ledger's family took his body back to their native Australia. He was buried next to his grandparents in his home in Perth. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, January 22nd, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend, good night, and God bless you all.